Here is the haul. How much do you think it's worth? Do you think I made a good choice in picking up these vintage dishes? Okay, so this is the haul from the Grace Centers of Hope. My daughter and I went thrifting together. If you haven't seen that video, there'll be a link down below in the description. My videos are a little out of order. I went on vacation. I didn't have a chance to film my haul video. Normally I do a thrift with me and then a haul video, but that didn't happen. I did the thrift with me video with my daughter while I was still in Michigan, and then didn't get a chance to film this one. But then I went thrifting again with my friend Sherry in Pennsylvania, and so that video came out just recently. And so I'm going to do this haul video from my daughter and I thrifting, and then I'm going to do another haul video of my friend Sherry and I thrifting. So a little out of order, not my normal way of doing things, but I'm sure you guys can figure it out and watch it in any order that you want to. And although I have this giant set of dishes on the table, I think the first thing that went into the cart were these pieces of silverware. Although I have this big set of dishes, and I'll be talking about them in a bit, the first thing I put in the cart was this ornata pieces, some forks and knives. Let's see if there you go. Now you can see it. I have been picking up silverware, and I tell you all the time, it's because it's inexpensive, it's easy to list, easy to store, and easy to ship. And I actually got pretty lucky with finding vintage pieces and getting pretty good money for them. I'm not sure that this is necessarily vintage, but it is a brand that people are looking for. They're always looking to add to their sets. You know, people tend to lose pieces, and so they're always looking for that. Or they're just, you know, creating a set and they have to buy mine as a mixed lot. So this had 2 dinner forks, 2 salad forks, and the 4 knives. And that's how I'm going to sell it. Let me see if I can get these out of here. So, put them up here so you can see them a little bit better. So I believe the price on them was $5 for $1. I think they're 25 cents a piece if you just buy them individually. So I paid $1.75 for these, and they should sell between $15 and $20 for the set of 8. I know that most people would be completely overwhelmed at buying an entire set of dishes. I was thinking of not doing it, but then I did it anyways. It has the teacups, saucers. I'm not sure what this is. Now, not everything is in excellent condition. I'm still going to sell it as a display piece because I don't think anybody's actually using these pieces. They're usually just putting them on display, so I would just disclose that that one was damaged. I have the salad plates, I have dinner plates, serving bowls, soup bowls. I have the creamer and sugar, lidded sugar, and this has damage on it too. It's cracked. I don't know if that's repaired, but it's definitely cracked. Again, just full disclosure on all of that. I have no idea what this is. I'm thinking it might be, well, it looks like some sort of strainer. And I thought maybe for this, but it doesn't fit in there. It doesn't fit with any of the pieces. Maybe it was to a teapot. I will definitely try to find out what this is, but I'm going to be selling that separate. Oh, I'm totally breaking up this whole set. I paid, well, let's see here. Let's start with what it was. It was $24.99 for the entire set, and I got 25% off. So I paid $18.74. This piece alone, this is a lidded server. Oh, there's like dirt in there. Didn't clean any of this yet either. This recently sold on eBay for $45. I'm not sure if it was with shipping or not. I'm going to drop a picture in so you can see it. So this one piece pays for everything, and everything else is profit. Now, I have regular teacups over here. Let me just get one over. I have a regular teacup here, and let me show. There's the, let me put this down so we can do it this way. That is the mark on the bottom. So that says Nortaki with the M, and that is who made it. I will put the name of what the M is on the screen here, because I tried pronouncing it a few times and I just butchered the name. So I thought, I'll just put it on the screen so you guys can read it. And it says Nippon, which means these dishes were made between 1891 and 1921. And that's why they're kind of like a little more valuable. These are truly antiques, not vintage, antiques. Over 100 years old. If you're wondering what's in the blue bag, I'll tell you about that in a second. So anyways, I have teacups, but then I also have these ones with the double handles. Now, I knew what these were before looking them up, but I double checked myself. These are actually soup to be sipped, where you hold both handles and you sip your soup instead of using a spoon. And it's usually like a cream-based soup. I have come across this before in other vintage dishes. So that's an interesting distinction between a double-handled cup and a single-handed teacup. Now, a lot of people list these as teacups. They're not teacups, they're soup. I would have to, because people look them up that way, have to include teacup in my description. The pattern on it is called Regina. And over here I have some condiment bowls. And those are like bread plates. They're like little bread plates. They have a little bit of a indent to them. Now, there's a couple more serving pieces here. One of the serving pieces, I'm going to try to, has a big giant chip out of it. And again, I would just disclose it. The pieces that are damaged. If it doesn't sell, maybe it goes into my box of broken items, cracked items, all that. I have other vintage dishes in there, truly vintage dishes in that box, and I just keep adding to it. That's going to be a long, drawn-out process. So I can't even give you a value of how much I think this can sell for. And it might be a long tail. You know, we have the fast nickels and the slow dime. This is probably a slow dime. Now, not a lot of this is listed up, this particular pattern, on eBay. I would be cross-posting it to Etsy also. And there's very few pieces of this sold. I think it has to do with the fact that it's not that many pieces found, and this is a huge set. So I will be kind of, let's say, flooding the market with all of these pieces. I am not afraid to ship these type of items. I ship out china and breakables all the time. I just shipped out a whole bunch the other day. So I have no problem with listing these up. I definitely would not list it up as a whole set. That I will not do. Although all you have to do is, for shipping, is break it into multiple boxes. But let's get on with the rest of the haul. Oh, one more thing before we move on. That is not a doggy bag, a doo-doo bag or anything like that. The girl that was behind the counter, some of the people are learning job skills. They're not the best at things. She didn't recognize what she was like handling and how fragile these items were. So she actually, when, I don't know, she was trying to put paper and put them in there, but she kind of like almost dropped or like squished it down into the box. She crushed. So I already have broken pieces. This is a whole thing of broken pieces. She crushed one of the teacups, I believe. If it wasn't a teacup, it was one of the double-handed soup mugs or cups, soup cups. So I already have stuff to go into my broken box. Broken dish box. Anyways, so let's move on. Okay, so we did silverware. We did the giant set of antique dishes. And let's move on to these. So I always grab these up. I just think they're adorable. They come in different colors. There's green, blue, and if you ever find the yellow, almost like orangey color ones, those are the most valuable ones. So on the bottom, it does say France. I don't know if my camera is going to pick it up. Let's turn it the right way here. I think you guys can see that. So these are made by Luminarc. And they have the grapevine design on them, and then you can see it has some words there, and then it says 0.1 liter. These are the 4.5-inch ones. They come in different heights, so the value is all over the place. The other thing that's kind of weird about it is apparently Germany made the exact same ones, and some people in the listings, I don't think anybody really knows about these. So I saw a listing where somebody, I believe it was the taller version, they have the wine glasses and then even like a goblet size. Somebody had it up one glass for $45. These are not that. These are the small ones. I paid, I believe the glassware was 49 cents a piece, so I paid about $1 for these. And I would expect to get like $10 to $12 for this pair. So they're not a big moneymaker, but I love saving them. This is called the Beehive. I just think they're adorable and they're cute. Some of them have gold rims on them. They reference all kinds of names in terms of the German names, but very few people mention that it's Luminarc France, which is kind of funny. This one is marked France. It doesn't say Luminarc on it, but I know that Luminarc makes these. A lot of people say that it's Luminarc and then say Germany, and I'm like, well, maybe that was a collaboration or something? Not sure. But anyways, they're just too cute not to save. I think instead of drinking wine out of them, which I think they're supposed to be like wine glasses, or maybe you put some port in there or something, I think they would be cute dessert glasses. Put a little pudding in there or some fruit and berries with some whipped cream. I think they would be adorable. A fresh cart had come out. And as we turned our heads to look to see it, this was in the upper part of the cart. And other resellers who were already in the thrift store, with us, had descended onto the fresh cart. But thank goodness they were guy resellers. And I say that because a lot of them do not deal in vintage dishes and things like that, like more of the women do. I'm not saying men don't. But a lot of them, they were grabbing the games and other things that I don't look at. There is so much available for thrifters that, we don't have to worry about competing with each other. We weren't going to, try to run and push someone out of the way to get this. We were able to get this right away and was like, oh my goodness. I said, that is the Amish blueprint. This is that light aqua blue color. It does come in pink, and it also comes in orange, also called pumpkin, I believe, or people just describe it that way. So I was looking at that. I'm like, is that a $3.99 or $5.99? I didn't even care. I was like, this is immediately going in the cart. $5.99, so $6, and I got 25% off. So what is that? That's $4.50. If I did my math right, I'll put it up on the screen. I can't always do the math quick enough in my head. So this one, and my daughter, I said in the video that it does come with a lid. And I'm like, yeah, so you don't normally find the bowls with the lids, but they did make the Pyrex lids for the bowls, those clear glass ones. So if you ever see those separate, buy them. They can be put with these. But this is part of that big set of mixing bowls that would be stacked. And if I can find 3 more, it would be worth even more than just selling it by itself. But the prices are all over the place. So I did a screen record on eBay. I'm going to drop that in right now so you can see what I'm talking about. As I go along here on this screen record, some of these are auction, some of these are buy it now. They're all in different kinds of condition. Some are more worn. And so the prices are all over the place. Here are some of the orange ones, pumpkin colored ones. I see some of these listings say Cinderella. I thought that was only for the pink version of this. Does anybody know for sure? Put it in the comments. I'd be interested. I think this bowl is worth somewhere in that $35 to $50 range. It's hard to tell where this would sell. The condition on it is fantastic. That has a lot to do with the prices. Some of them are more faded or they might have damage of other sorts. This one has nothing. This is the number 443 and it's a 2.5 quart bowl. Next up is the juice glasses. They all kind of look alike, but they are not. I almost missed these in the clear glass aisle, because when you look down the aisle, all you see is the clear glass and you're kind of like, oh, I'll just move on. And then for whatever reason, I must have been closer to these, I noticed the oranges on this and that there was 5 glasses. Now they're different. These are footed. And these are not. I'll tell you about those in a second. So these are the Libby ones. I'm not sure that you can see the little L or not. I think it's upside down. But anyways, Libby always has that little curlicue L on them for the most part. And these are the juice glasses. And they do make these in different sizes. There are bigger ones. There's the ones without the bottoms. So these are like 49 cents a piece because that's what that store does with the glassware. And so this is, you know, roughly $1.50, a little less than that. And I would expect to get somewhere between $15 and $18 for the Libby glasses. Okay, so this is the last item in my haul. And you can see how they're slightly different than the Libby ones. This one's a little taller and it is footed, and the orange slices are on the top and the green leaves are on the bottom. And this one has a slightly different pattern to the leaves and the oranges, and they're reversed, leaves on top. Let me get this one out of the way and we'll talk about just these. So this is anchor hocking, not marked at all on the bottom. These go for a little bit more than the Libby. I'm not sure if they're more vintage or there was less quantity. They also come in different sizes, both the Libby and the anchor hocking, and they come with the juice carafes that you can put together sets, which is fun to do. These were the 49 cents, so they were, you know, less than $1. And then I would expect to get that $10 to $12 range for these. And so I think these would sell more on the high end because Anchor Hocking seems to hold their value more. And the Libby, and maybe it's just because they mass produced more, that's possible. These don't go for as much, so maybe these might go for the lower end dollar amount that I just told you about. Overall, I think it was a pretty successful thrifting trip. My daughter and I always have a lot of fun. She is Green Bee Explorer. Go check out her channel. She does a lot of different things than I do. It's very similar to my second channel, which is starts with coffee adventures. She actually has another channel besides the Green Bee Explorer. It's called Must See Michigan. And that's pretty interesting if you live in Michigan and want to see very specific places to go and see and visit. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. Drop your comments down below. And please subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys on the next one.